Hi everybody, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga, and this is Soft Flow Yoga. Thanks for joining me. In this practice, we're going to do a combination of things. We're going to do some leg stretches and some releasing in the shoulders. We're doing only one pose to combine those two things. It's called wide-legged forward fold. So as we begin, let's start in seated. Just to get tuned in, get reconnected to our bodies through the mechanism of breathing. So take a few deep breaths. Nice full inhale, filling up your lungs. Exhale to empty. Again, breathing into fullness. Exhale to empty. Just settle into this steady flow of breath, this mindful connection. Tuning in. You can do this with your eyes opened if you'd like, and if they are open, just soften your eyelids. Maybe you're just gazing downward at the ground, or you can fully close your eyes. You can even start to imagine what we'll be doing today for our yoga practice. Envision what will happen in regards to stretching and lengthening and strengthening your legs. In regards to your shoulders, if there's any tightness or soreness or any discomfort, we just want to have some release. Imagine that release. Let's add a very simple movement here. As we inhale and extend your arms out and up, reaching for the sky. Nice stretch. Exhale, extend your arms out and down. Just get some light movement in the arms and shoulders, just to warm up. Inhale, reaching out and up. Good energy in your arms, hands, and fingers as you reach high. Exhale, reaching out and back down. Let's do that a few more times. Just moving with the pace of your own breath. It's okay if you're not moving exactly like I am. Very nice. One more. Good. Maybe a few circles with the shoulders, a few times backward, and a few times forward. Just tuning into shoulder movement. And since we're still seated here, let's focus on our legs. So go ahead and extend your legs. You can stay seated on a blanket if you're on one, or just on your mat, or even on a block or a pillow. What I may even do here is actually bring my bolster in, because you can start with straight legs here, just to energize the legs by flexing the feet. Feel as if your toes are coming back towards you. Bring your hands to the floor next to your hips and just push down to help lengthen the spine. So here, just a seated staff pose. And we'll do a gentle forward fold just to get into a gentle leg stretch. So what you can do, we can just bend the knees slightly, keep them that way, or if you want some support, you might put a pillow or even a rolled up towel or a blanket underneath. Just resting my hands on my shins. Inhale again, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, leading with heart and chin, just leaning forward and just taking a few steps down the shins with my hands towards my toes. I feel a nice stretch not only in my back, but of course in my legs here. And if you can, maybe you can reach your toes. And if you are able to reach your toes, let's do one thing here. Not just holding on or touching the toes, but you're going to take your peace fingers like that and loop them around or hook them around your big toes. And take your thumbs and just place them on the tip of your big toe. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Now, if you're unable to reach your toes or fold this deeply, no worries. Just move into a space that feels good to you, mainly in your hamstrings and your back, and even contemplate how this feels in your hips. Let's take 2 more breaths. I'm going to release the toes, free the hands, and inhale and reach up as I rise up. And exhale, bring hands down to my side, push into the floor to help re-extend spine, and that'll complete that first posture. Move the bolster to the side. Let's make our way to hands and knees. Feel free to use a blanket if you'd like for a little extra padding for your hands and knees. And meet me here. Cat and cow. We'll inhale, tip chin up, opening the heart, arching the back, tipping the pelvis back, creating a back bend. This is our cow pose. And the exhale, if you can, start with the back end and tuck the pelvis under. Feel your belly button draw up towards spine, round your back, chin to chest. And inhale, reverse it. There's our cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Just continue this movement, again, moving with breath. Nice undulation of the spine as we find some release in the torso, your spine, your back, and your hips. And although the arms are not in full motion here, you're also doing a little bit of light opening in the shoulder because of the dorsal movement. Let's take 2 more breaths. And just return to a neutral tabletop posture. Let's hold here for a moment. And if you are using a pad, let's go ahead and set that to the side for now. Come back to hands and knees and make our way to downward facing dog. We'll step the hands forward, spreading out the fingers, getting that good stretch between each finger. Lean into your hands, press your palms flat into the mat, and feel the energy and strength in your strong, straight arms. Tuck your toes. Another cat-cow. Undulate through spine. Inhale, there's cow. Exhale, rounding the spine. Cat, hold cat. And then lifting knees off the floor, send hips into the air. And your head will dip between the arms. Let's hold here for a moment. You might need to adjust your feet a little bit, even your hands. Make sure you are pushing firmly into the floor to keep the arms strong and straight, very well energized. We're also bringing some good energy to the shoulders. If you bend your knees a little bit more, you might be able to send your hips up a little higher and even sink the chest down a little deeper, just a little bit. Let's come to a standing posture. First, we'll step the feet forward until your feet are flat on the ground. Bend the knees quite a bit. Slide your fingertips towards your toes. Now we're just going to repeat what we just did seated. Knees bent, forward fold. Take your peace fingers, lift your toes, and see if you can hook the peace fingers around your big toes. Thumbs are on the tip of your big toes. We'll inhale, extend through spine. Exhale, fold. Again, you can do this with very bent knees. And if you are unable to reach the feet here, just hold on to the backs of your legs. Maybe your hands can easily reach your calf muscles. 2 more breaths. Shifting the weight back so we can release the fingers. Weight more into the heels, bend your knees, lower your hips, bring hands to thighs to help you extend spine. So you're almost in a chair-like pose. Make sure you feel balanced here so you can free your arms, reach out, drive your heels down into the floor, straightening your legs, stand up tall, and an inhale, reaching into the air. Ooh, a little extra reach at the top, and exhale, arms down to your side. Good, let's do another little shoulder roll here. All right, let's do another thing for our arms and shoulders while we're in standing. I'm going to turn around for this. So follow me. We'll inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, bring your arms out and down. As you bring them down, bring them behind you like this and just reach. Just like this. Let me turn sideways so you can see how I'm reaching. Just like this. So nice and tall, reaching back with straight arms, active hands. Even feel like you're holding on to something in your hands. So you have that squeezing to midline sensation. We'll hold here for another breath. This is a great opening here. That tie in between the shoulder and the chest, because our arms are generally forward and they tend to get tight right here and bound up. So just taking the arms back behind us helps us to get that nice release here. All right, stay here, or if you're able, interlace your fingers right there. And again, if that doesn't feel good on your joints, your knuckles, your wrists, your elbows, or shoulders, go ahead and just keep the hands free. All right, I'm going to continue with fingers folded, rolling the shoulders back, squeezing shoulder blades together just to create a little bit more activation. Bending the knees, just let them jet forward slightly, tip over a bit to a chair-like position. Now, you can stay just like this or with free hands, or continue to go a little deeper with me. I'm going to bend my knees a little bit more and start to tip over a little bit more into a fold. Maybe this is your end point. I'm going to go a little deeper. Inhale more length through the torso, reaching my knuckles towards the back of the room, and exhale, folding. Again, only go to the place that feels good for your body. Two more breaths. I'm going to bring the hands down, release the fingers, and let my arms drop, release, and maybe shake out the shoulders, my head and neck, letting go of that tension. Shifting weight into the heels, bend knees, lower hips, extend spine, and inhale, come all the way back up, reaching into the air again. Exhale, arms down to your side. Very good. So we've warmed up the shoulders, we've warmed up our legs a little bit. Let's go into our feature pose, which is wide-legged forward fold. We're going to do two versions of it. And we've already been previewing those two versions. All right, starting in standing, we're at mountain pose. Here's what we'll do. I'm going to soften my knees first, shifting weight into my right foot, leaning forward slightly so I can have some weightlessness or lightness in this left foot, and just start tapping it back, shifting the weight back, and turning that leg so my heel's on the floor. Really just stepping back into a warrior one. You can even create a little bit more space between the feet here. Now let's go ahead and inhale, reaching into the air. Couple of breaths. Inhale again. Exhale, open to a warrior two. I'm going to take my feet out a little wider. Even make some adjustments with the feet and legs. Here. Let's hold for a moment just to build some endurance and strength in the shoulders. We're also building some good strength in the legs. Next, we're going to straighten the right leg. But turn the toes, those right set of toes, so they're facing the same direction as the left set of toes. And adjust the feet so there's some good alignment underneath you. I call this a star shape right here. Arms still extended, straight legs. Now I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what's happening here. All right, we're going to inhale. Getting tall. Exhale, pull belly in and bend the knees just for security and support as we begin to fold. You're going to bring the hands down. Now you can just bring fingertips to the floor if they reach the floor, or maybe bring in some stacked books or some blocks here so you don't have to go down too far. I'm going to make a little adjustment, just taking my feet a little wider. As you make your fold or finish your fold, we're going to inhale, rise to fingertips, or use your props here to help extend spine. And exhale, deepen that fold. All right, holding here for just a moment. I'm going to move my blocks because I can easily reach the floor. Now that first version is going to be just what we did earlier, twice, taking peace fingers. I'm going to lean back a little bit so I can free my toes, lift the big toes so I can hook, the big toes with my peace fingers. Thumbs are on the tip of the big toe. Then inhale, re-extend spine. Exhale, fold. Really working the legs here. A nice deep forward fold, the wide-legged forward fold. And again, if you can't fold this deeply, either hold on to the backs of your legs or just keep the hands free. They can be on the floor or your stacked books or blocks. Okay, we're going to come back up. I'm going to release my hands, fingertips on the floor or blocks. Inhale, re-extend spine. I'm actually going to use my blocks so I can rise up nice and high so I'm parallel to the floor. Just like this. Bending the knees, sit back and down just to get some balance and some good strength in my legs so I can move with legs and not strain my back. Free hands reach out and then rise up, returning to our star shape. All right, because I turned sideways, I'm going to turn back this direction here. So I'm going to turn my right foot forward, lunging into Warrior Two. I'm going to drop my left arm, then up, return to a Warrior One. Lean forward slightly, put some weight into this front foot so I can rise up onto my toes behind me, a little push forward, and return to here an extended mountain pose. Then arms down to my side. And you can shake that out. All right, we're going to do that lunge sequence on the other side, and then our second variation of the wide-legged forward fold. Mountain pose. Soften the knees, shift weight now into your left foot. Lean forward slightly, freeing up the right foot so you can just start tapping it back. Turning that leg outward so you can plant that heel into the floor. Feel the good balance. Maybe take another step back. Still facing forward, inhale, extend both arms up. Here's our Warrior One. Inhale. Exhale, open to your Warrior Two. Again, widen the stance a little bit, holding for strength and endurance in the arms and legs. Let's straighten the left leg. Turn the toes so they match the other foot. Here's our star shape. I'm going to turn sideways again, but this time something a little different. I'm going to inhale, reach out with the arms. On the exhale, bring them down and behind you. Reach back with free hands, like we did earlier when our legs and feet were together. Or if you're able, interlace your fingers. Roll shoulders back, squeezing shoulder blades together. We're going to inhale, tip chin up, fill up the lungs. Feel like your heart is lifting. Exhale, pull belly in for support, bend your knees to protect your back as we now fold. Now you can pause at any point. It could be here or a little lower. Now I'm able to take my folded fingers up into the air, maintaining a nice lengthened spine, and really reach up and over. Now, if you're unable to get this depth of posture, that's okay. It's okay if your hands and arms are down, even resting on your back. And again, you can always free your hands. Two more breaths. I'm going to rise up a little bit, bring my fingers down, release the hands to the floor or bring in those props again. Inhale, rise to fingertips, extending spine, shifting weight back, bending the knees like you're sitting. So you find some balance here so you can free your hands and take them out to the side like so. Start to rise up into your nice and tall. Return to your star shape. Right here, I'm just going to spin my left foot forward, lunging, returning to my Warrior Two. Drop the right arm, reach forward and then up, back to our Warrior One. Lean forward, put some weight into this front foot so I can rise up onto tiptoes. Push, step forward, Nice and tall, extended mountain pose. And then exhale, arms down to your side. Very good. That's our sequence. Let's make our way down to the ground. Finish up with some breath. Here we go. Inhale, reaching into the air. Exhale, spread your wings gently, carefully fold, soften your knees, make your way down carefully. Inhale, rise up halfway, long spine. On the exhale, fold, bend your knees, hands to the floor, stepping back. Plank pose, hold. And then we'll go ahead and bring knees to the floor, sitting back briefly into hero. I'm going to bring in my blanket to sit on again. And here we are. Sitting up nice and tall. Relax shoulders. Also relaxed arms and hands. Take a breath. Let's finish with one more movement together. Inhale, reaching both arms out and up. Exhale, palms together and down to your heart. Take one last breath together with me. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow saying, Namaste.
Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.